Jazakallah khairan. The next question is, when a new baby is born, we see in some hadith that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has, when the baby is brought to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he took a date, cured it, and made it soften and put a piece of it in the baby's mouth. Is it authentic? Or should we need to mandatorily perform this on the babies, on the newborn babies here?
Okay. Brother asked a question that is it mandatory for us to, there are some narrations where Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will take the dates and, he will chew it and put it in the mouth of the babies. He's asking, is it mandatory for us to follow that? It is not mandatory for us to follow that. There are two reasons behind that. Firstly, if you assume that the hadith, the narration is authentic, even if for the sake of argument, if you assume that that is authentic, that can be treated as a special privilege given to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So it is not for us. For example, there used to be people who come to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asking Prophet Muhammad to ask for forgiveness for them. So if you take in those those sense, it is not required for anybody to do that. Special privilege given to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and it is not for anybody else. So it is not, and scientifically if you see, Islam is a religion which will not go against science. So scientifically if you see that the newborn babies are prone to get most of infections, illa bidhnillah, unless Allah wills. We also have to believe that unless Allah wills, nothing can happen. But at the same time, the religion which teaches about cleanliness and all that, hygiene, if you consider all that, it is not required for anybody to do that. So what is being taught by Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when a baby is born, you do all that what is required, but what is something which you feel that it is going to cause you some harm. I can give you an example for this as well. For example, Prophet Muhammad ordered us to give Akika at the 7th day when the baby is born. But at the same time, if the doctors say that the Akika is nothing but if it is a male child, you have to give sacrifice of 2 sheep, and if it is a female baby, you have to give 1 sheep as sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thanking him for his bounty, and remove the excess, remove the hair, basically tonsure the hair. But if for medical reasons, if the doctors advise you not to go for tonsuring the hair, or if the baby's skin is so delicate, like I told you in La ikraha fi din, there is no compulsion in religion, so Allah will not testify anybody beyond their capacities, beyond their potential. So hence you can, it is permissible for you not to go for tonsuring. Instead you can just cut a portion of the hair. So similarly, there are certain things what Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has taught as traditions, but there may be exceptions for all that. And if there is a valid scientific reason, when I say valid and doctor's advice, it is not just a generic advice what the doctors give for all the babies. For certain babies, the doctors will say that for this particular baby, the skin in the head is so delicate that if you go for shaving the head, it will definitely cause a harm. It will definitely affect him. In those cases, we can definitely avoid. In those lines, if you consider all these, in those lines, it is not required for anybody to chew the dates and feed the baby. Next question, brother.